They think it's all falling apart. The headlines scream of uncertainty. Governments tremble, markets waver, the people grow restless. The noise is deafening, wars, protests, rumors, crashes, confusion. But what they don't realize is this: it's all planned. Not by man, not by elites, not by rulers sitting in secret councils, but by the one who sits above it all, the one who sees the end from the beginning, the one who never loses control. The end of July is not just another page on the calendar. It is not just another date to pass by unnoticed. It is a marker in the spiritual timeline. It's a line drawn by God Himself. What looks random in the natural is precision in the supernatural. The end of July is not random chaos. It is a divine setup. Every shaking, every disruption, every moment of confusion is being allowed by God to expose, awaken, and redirect. You've looked around lately and thought, what is going on? Haven't you? You've seen the headlines. You've heard the rumors. You've felt the tension. It's as if the world is teetering on a knife's edge. But what if I told you that none of it is random? What if I told you that the very things that seem chaotic, unpredictable, even terrifying, are actually calculated by the hand of heaven? What if I told you that what man calls a mess, God calls a masterpiece in the making? Right now, we are standing at the edge of something monumental, not just historically, but prophetically. The end of July is not just another calendar date. It is a divine appointment, a shift, a moment that has been seen by God from the foundation of the world. Nothing that is happening is catching Him off guard. The shaking is not the absence of God. It is the evidence of His presence. The shaking is the sound of heaven rearranging the earth. What appears to be spiraling out of control is actually being brought into perfect alignment. Think about it. Nations trembling, economies shaking, leaders falling, secrets being exposed, systems collapsing. It's not coincidence. It's coordination. There is a hand behind the curtain, a divine hand. The shaking is not random. It's not senseless. It is strategic. God is not reacting. He is orchestrating. You may see confusion, but heaven sees completion. You may see disruption, but God sees divine redirection. This is not the end of stability. It is the start of purity. God is removing the idols, tearing down the altars of pride, greed, deception, and rebellion. He is not ignoring the evil. He is confronting it. He is not abandoning the faithful. He is refining them. The fire is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to reveal what is pure in you. This is a season of divine sifting. The counterfeit is being separated from the genuine, the wheat from the tares, the true from the false. And you are not meant to fear the shaking. You are meant to rise in it. You are not here by accident. You were placed here now on purpose. Because God knew that in the midst of all this shaking, there would be those who would not bow, who would not break, who would not be bought. Those who would stand, eyes fixed on heaven, hearts set on fire. You see, man looks for comfort, but God is looking for consecration. Man builds kingdoms to himself, but God is establishing a kingdom that will never be shaken. The end of July is not about what man is doing. It's about what God is revealing. Look around. The darkness isn't winning. It's being exposed. The lies aren't prevailing. They're being dragged into the light. The enemy isn't advancing. He's being unmasked. And when God starts pulling back the veil, nothing can stop it. The people thought they were in control. The elites thought they could manipulate. The powerful thought they could dominate. But God is saying, no more. He is striking the ground. He is shaking the towers of pride. He is flipping the tables. What has been hidden for decades, He is exposing in days. What took years to build, He is dismantling in moments because the time has come. This is not the end. It is the unveiling. The shaking is the prelude to glory. It is not judgment alone, it is mercy. For God could have left the world in deception. He could have allowed the delusion to continue. But instead, He is waking us up. With every shake, He is calling out, "Return to me." With every disruption, He is whispering, "Come out from among them." With every exposure, He is urging, "Let go of the fake and embrace the truth." Do you feel it? Deep in your spirit, you know this is not ordinary. The news may call it coincidence. The world may call it chaos. But your spirit bears witness. This is divine. This is holy. This is God moving in ways we never expected. And when God moves unexpectedly, He moves undeniably. Every disruption is carrying purpose. Every exposure is making way for clarity. Every shaking is making room for what's coming next. And what's coming next is glory. Not the glory of man, but the glory of God. A glory that doesn't fit into the structures of religion. A glory that won't be contained in the systems of politics or institutions. A glory that pours out on the hungry, the humble, the holy. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's unsettling, but it is necessary because God cannot fill what is full of pride. He cannot anoint what is covered in compromise. He cannot bless what is built on lies. So He shakes. And when He shakes, the only things left standing are the things that were rooted in Him all along. The end of July is a divine interruption. It is a breaking in of heaven into the timelines of earth. It is God placing His foot down and saying, enough. And when God says enough, everything that is built on sand begins to crumble, but everything built on the rock begins to shine. Don't mistake the shaking for silence. Don't confuse the disruption for absence. God is nearer than He has ever been. The fire is not a punishment, it's a purification. The wind is not scattering, it's separating. The storm is not random, it's righteous. And your job is not to fear the storm. Your job is to lift your eyes and discern the times, to understand that this moment, this exact moment, is one that prophets long to see, that saints of old looked forward to, that angels watch in awe. You are not insignificant. You are not small. You are a warrior placed on the front lines of a spiritual revolution. So what do you do in a time like this? You stay awake, you stay holy, you stay humble, you listen for His voice, you move when He says move, you stand when everything else falls, and you remember, this is not chaos, this is construction. God is rebuilding, reshaping, realigning. He is turning over the soil of nations. He is uprooting what does not belong. He is planting righteousness in dry places. And He is doing it through people like you. People who refuse to bow to fear. People who burn with truth. People who say, not my will, but yours be done. It may not make sense in the natural, but it was never meant to. The natural mind cannot grasp what heaven is doing. But the Spirit knows. And right now your spirit is testifying that the end of July is a hinge, a pivot, a gate swinging open to the next movement of God. Let the earth shake. Let the nations rage. Let the proud mock. God is not intimidated. He is not delayed. He is not confused. His timing is perfect. His plan is flawless. His purpose is unfolding, and nothing can stop it. You may see breaking, but He sees birthing. You may hear thunder, but He hears victory. You may feel pressure, but He sees the oil being pressed out of your life. This is not a time to retreat. This is a time to arise. What's coming is greater than what was. What's being shaken loose is making room for what's being poured out. And what's being poured out is glory. Glory that cannot be contained. It will overflow into homes, into cities, into nations. And when it comes, there will be no doubt. The world will know. It was never man's hand that turned this tide. It was never politics. It was never power structures. It was never media. It was God, and He gets the glory. The end of July will shock the world, but it won't shock heaven, because it was always part of the plan. What looks random in the natural is precision in the supernatural. Every moment was written. Every shake was counted. Every exposure was foreseen. And now the plan unfolds. This is the hour to be awake, to be bold, to be set apart, to carry fire, to speak truth, to walk in love, to shine like lights in a world gone dim, because the light shines brightest in the darkness. And you were born for such a time as this. What looks like collapse is actually conquest. What feels like shaking is actually settling. And what the enemy meant for evil, God is turning for good. So don't just watch the shaking. Step into the purpose. Don't just survive the shift, thrive in it. Because in the end, it won't be the headlines that tell the real story. It will be the testimonies, the salvations, the deliverances, the miracles, the awakenings. It will be the sound of dry bones rising, the sound of prodigals returning, the sound of heaven invading earth. This is your wake-up call. This is your moment to stand, not in fear, but in faith, not in panic, but in purpose. The end of July is not something to dread, it's something to discern. It's not a sign of defeat, but a trumpet of destiny. Get ready, because what's coming isn't just history, it's prophecy fulfilled. And when the dust settles, the world won't be the same. The stage is set, the actors are in place, heaven is watching, the final act is about to begin, and you are not just witnessing it, you're a part of it.